Welcome back to JHGWoodCraft, and today we are going to build a multi-generational frame. We'll be using multiple types of joinery, so join us, and with that, grab yourself a drink and let's get started. And we're talking about building some picture frames, and we've all got different ideas about how we should build picture frames. So, Ezekiel, what would you do to build a picture frame? What kind of joinery would you use?
I'd use pocket holes.
Ah, pocket holes. Okay, good. Traditional. Max, how should we do our frames?
Half lap.
Half lap? Oh, he wants to do a half lap joint. Okay. How about you? How would you do?
I would miter the corners.
Miter the corners. You get those nice clean edges. Okay. And, you know, I'm doing a lot of production stuff, and so a lot of times I just want strength and fast, and so I'll use biscuits. Okay, so what we'll do is we're gonna, rather than do 4 frames, what do you guys think about if we just build one frame with all of our joints, and then we can decide whose looks best?
I mean, whichever corner breaks first is the loser.
Oh, oh man, he's throwing down the gauntlet. Okay. Well, let's do it. Okay, you want to do yours? We got to first cut some wood. Do you want to cut some wood?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Let's take this over here behind us.
All right, I'm going to turn you.
We're going to cut some wood. Do you want to do it with the big saw?
No.
No. Who do you want to cut with the big saw?
No.
No? Nobody?
Can Pop use a big saw?
Yes. Hey, can you find, let's see, that's at about 16 inches. Can you find the red 16? Can you put a line on the wood right next to the rectangle?
Okay.
Just put a line right there on the wood.
Color on the wood. Ready? Right there.
Good job.
Yeah.
Who do you want to do a cut?
Pop.
Pop. Okay. You want Pop to do a cut? Okay. How big do we want to make the frame, Max?
8
Okay. Good job. All right. Let's see. Can we find 8 on the tape measure?
Do you know which number is 8, Max?
Where is 8?
Where's
Inside the bottom, over the top, one's going to be So let's see. So if we go 8 inches, that might work for one, but that's not going to work for all of them, will it? How big is this? How big is that?
What number is that, Max?
3.
3.
Good job.
So what's 8 plus 3?
11.
What?
11.
11. So go, where's the 11?
2 1.
There you
ones.
go.
There it is. Okay, we'll do some marks. And then let Pop was going to do miters, so we're going to let Pop do a cut, huh? So how would we cut a miter on this one? Would we cut it this way or this way?
It's that line bowl.
On this side,
It's
but over here.
Are you confused? Do you want to try a cut?
No.
No. Do you want Pop to do a cut?
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
we'll let
let's
Pop
move
do a cut. We'll move you over. Looks like greater than 45. All right, and then we're going to cut this way, right? What you're saying is we should take this in 1/4 inch here and 1/4 inch here. And why?
So that we can get the frame in there so it becomes 8x10.
Oh, because
On
our
the
picture is
inside.
actually 8x10. Yeah. Okay. So
So when you're talking about datoing, are you talking about like cutting the inside, like to fit it in, or what?
that's a good question. So if you asking like, are we putting a groove in the middle of
Right,
it?
exactly.
So would you
Or
typically
are
do
you cutting like the back of it to give it just some depth?
exactly? So you cut this down like this, right? So you take down half, like a 1/4 inch here, and take this down a 1/4 inch, so that you've got a place to set your picture inside the frame,
And then have the backing.
and then put some backing on it. Yep.
Okay.
You wouldn't necessarily. I guess you could cut out a slot all the way around, but if you did that, then once you put your picture in, you can't get it out without actually tearing it. You couldn't replace it. So this gives you the ability to reuse the frame.
Okay.
So, okay, so on this then, we want to go, instead of 8 inches across, we're going to be coming in,
Instead of 10.
oh yeah, because we're going wide. Yeah, so instead of 10, we're going 9.5. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's this guy.
And then this will butt this way? Or will it be on the inside?
Good question. We could go, what do you guys think will look better? So should it go here down, or should it go here down? And then this one we've already got this where it's going to be this way.
Right. Well, if we did here down, so here down, then that makes it bigger, doesn't it?
Well, it's still going to be the same. Either way, it'd be the same dimensions. It's really is, are we against this piece, or are we putting it here? So like this,
on the side,
or like that.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I would do it up here. Do it like that instead of that. I think that would look better.
Sounds good to me.
It's going to be a piece of artwork anyway.
We'll see. What happens when
something.
you have 4 generations making decisions?
Only children know what they're doing.
They're calling the boss.
Oh. Okay, so if we're doing that, then and it's going all the way up, so then in that case, we're actually just going to cut off of this line, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so now we need a piece here and a piece here, right? Oh, you're right. Yeah, inside. So this one would be the same width, the same as this, which would be 9.5.
Okay.
You want to do that one?
Okay. So, cutting, you said at 9.5 across.
Yep. Oh, wait. No, one of them is half lap. It needs to overlap. One of these needs to overlap because this one will butt because we've already cut it. So this could be. So this is the miter. This could be the biscuit. All right, and then we either have to have half lap here or half lap here.
Well, it would make sense to do half lap on the
And
bottom.
then a flat, and then the other one was the pocket.
Both of them are going to go because this one needs to come to here and this one needs to come to here.
Yep. So that would mean this needs to be the same length as that, right? Which would be 14 inches.
So 14 instead of 9.5.
14 instead of 9.5.
Okay. There you go.
There you go.
Perfect. That's how I meant to do it.
That's what you meant to do, right?
That's why we have posts, right?
Yep.
No proof of mistake.
Oh no, there's going to be all kinds of proof of mistakes. That's the whole point of this.
Fair enough.
Okay, so then this piece would go either that way or this way. Probably this way would look best, right? So in that case, we want to go, I'm not going to measure down here because this can move around on us.
Right.
So it'd be better to check it up here. So this next cut would be 12.5 inches.
12.5.
All right, so if we're doing a dado here, right, we're going to do our half lap here. So with a half lap, it's actually you just take your board, overlap it, and make a mark there. Same thing
And
here.
that's where you like cut that piece in half, sort of like.
Right, we're going to split it down.
Overlay it.
Yep, so these two pieces, we'll cut that down on both sides, and then they'll come together like
And then
this.
you glue that, or?
We'll glue it and pin it. So the pins will just be to hold it while it dries.
Okay.
But the glue will largely hold it. And then, so this is our dado, this is our lap, and then this is our pocket screw. Right? So let's do the pocket screw next.
Okay.
Because that will give us, we'll get the pocket screws drilled.
Okay.
And then come back and do the half lap. And then once we get the half lap done, the pocket hole screws drilled, then we can do the
you gotta do
biscuit. So the way a biscuit works, you just simply put your two edges together, make sure you're nice and flush. Take your pencil. So we're going to go to the middle, actually easiest way, so first measure to the middle of this piece of wood, put a mark. Then put these two pieces together, make sure they're super nice and flush, and just carry this line over. And then we use our biscuit joint, or our biscuit saw, biscuit joiner, to cut on that line and on this line. And as long as the top's on the same place on both sides, that should actually force it to align when the biscuits are in it.
Cool.
This is the Craig pocket tool, not a sponsor.
Yet.
Yet.
Okay, what am I doing?
So you need a drill. There's a drill behind you.
What is that?
All right, so the way you set up a pocket hole drill, you first, now how big is this material? How thick is that? Unless you know by looking, you might want to use a...
I do not know by looking. That'd be...
I'll bet he knows by looking.
So 3/4.
3/4. So what you do is you take your jig and you move this to, you put this end at 3/4, which fortunately it actually already is.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And then this chuck would move depending on what you set this at.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because this ends at 3/4.
Right. So it's already set at
Okay.
3/4.
So I don't need to do anything.
So you don't need to do anything with that. And then you set this to 3/4. And the way you adjust that is loosen the screw, pull this up. You can see your lines here. Yep. And you don't have to tighten it super tight because all you're doing is just keeping that from moving.
Okay.
So then with our joint, we got to decide where we want those screws to go. So if this is the front of your frame, where would you want those screws to be?
You want them like here and here, right? Like on the edges going in?
You could do them on those ends, but what happens if you do that and then we're going to cut this out? You're going to probably cut it into a screw, right?
Should you do it from the back?
Yep.
Okay. Right. I assume I put it in like this.
Yep.
That's the back.
Yep.
I lock this in.
So one thing actually before you do that, just for other reference, I would usually do for when you're doing more of these is always mark it.
Okay.
So like if you had this set out and you go, okay, I know this is where I want it.
Yep.
I'm gonna make a mark. So I know that's where it's marking and I know this is the back. And if you're doing a big project, that way you always know this is what goes here.
Right.
Because it's real easy, especially when you're doing a bunch of things, to pull it apart and go, well, I just put that in, and then you just go to screw them together, and whoops.
Why do I have these screws this way and these screws this way?
Yeah, they're all good. Oh. So yeah, yep, you got it.
So lock this in.
Lock that in. If it's too tight, loosen the end there. You do want it to lock, but
It's a little bit tired of that.
I'm not going to move around on you.
Nope.
But yeah, make sure. There you go.
Me.
I mean, it's going to be, because if you look at where the bit's at, see, it's not actually going through. It should be all the way to the very, very end.
All right.
But not really going through it. All right, so then the next thing we need to do is cut our half laps, correct? So there's a couple ways to do the half laps. We could use the router and just set it at this point and then work our way back and being real careful going back and forth. We could set the bandsaw up and take that in, but then the downside with a bandsaw is you're going to end up with a really rough cut. It's not going to be a nice clean cut. The router, a table saw is the way you could do it. Well, maybe because this is so high, right? So because you could run it through, but unless the blade comes all the way up to that line, it's not going to be
normal height for a table saw.
Depends on the size of the blade. With a 12-inch table saw, it would probably be fine. With a 10, it would be really close.
Okay.
Well,
you could do it with this as well.
Cut the laps with that. How would you do that?
Do you have a stop on it?
So it does it up.
So you could go down to where you needed, at least to make that cut. I mean, if you're in the field and that's all you have, you could continue to work it all the way across.
And do a
this way.
Right, and then like piano, or what the right term is.
Chisel it?
Use a chisel.
Yeah, so cut it all the way across and then use a chisel, clean it up, and sand it.
I've actually done it that way. When I was at ACC, I did a couple of those for that bench I made. That's how they had me do that.
You did it, and you did it with a half lap?
I think so. It's the same concept. I don't remember them calling it a half lap, but that's how I did it, was with the chop saw, doing the piano keys and chiseling it out and then sanding.
So one of the things that's a great idea with this, because we could set the depth. Yeah, because as it slides, we could actually just set it all the way down, take it all the way across, and do it, and wouldn't even have to chisel it.
Oh, okay.
Right? So let's see where that puts us. That's going to work really well, but it's not deep enough.
And that's the strap, right?
Yes. See, it's a good thing that we've got the added experience to tell us better ways to do things. Chisel, I don't need no stinking chisel.
That would make it kick back or something.
Not if you just have that very little bit that you're taking off.
Actually worked pretty well.
I mean, it's not perfect, but we're pretty close.
That's one way to do it.
That's one way to do it.
Not quite as plain as yours, but
looks good. We can knock those last pieces off with the chisel.
Also, you made that look a lot easier than it is. That saw is heavier.
Let's see, we'll take the chisel, clean that up a little bit, and then we'll be ready for some assembly.
So on the miters, we're just going to glue them, right?
Yeah, unless you want to do a pin, we could glue it. And then what I would normally do if I was doing pins would be to glue it and then pin it anyway.
Right.
So it would be a post.
Right.
So then the other thing we need to do is do the biscuit.
Right.
And then once we do the biscuit, we would be ready. Yeah, this is definitely going to end up being a little.
Yeah,
we cut too much.
We have sanders.
Yeah, so we'll just need to make sure we clamp it like this, and then we'll
sand it down.
Sand it, but yeah, because we cut too much off.
Yeah, don't look at me. You guys got a frog in your pocket?
That's why he was behind the camera. Wasn't me.
He is standing there going, "You're doing that wrong."
Right?
Don't want to say anything.
It's like, this is going to be good on YouTube. Oh, man. Who wants to biscuit?
No, I can do it.
See, that way when that doesn't line up, we can go, what, do you got a frog in your pocket? What do you think?
Looks like a frame.
So what order should we assemble it in?
I would do these ones and then attach this to here. Like start with this, attach here, and then attach this one to these sides.
So here's a couple things to consider. Is one, when we attach that, we're going to have to clamp that, and it has to sit in that.
Right.
For good.
Like until it dries. Same thing here. This is going to have to be clamped. This will need while we screw it. It needs a clamp. Right, and then this, while it does need to be clamped, but not for nearly as long.
So do it like this. Do these two corners,
and then
like
assemble
the corners together. Oh, there's some of those.
These are more not woodpecker squares that look like woodpeckers, but they're not. And if Woodpecker wanted to sponsor us, then we would absolutely switch. But I'll tell you, if they were woodpeckers and I dropped it, I would feel much worse than if I dropped this. So yeah, I guess we don't need to square the back side up because not really a way to do that. But yeah, go inside, and we've got some. I've got a couple of different clamps we can use for the outside. This one we just need to pinch it. Right, get it in the right spot and pinch it. This one we'll need to clamp it either this way and this way, or this is the clamp for that. It's essentially a ratchet that pulls it all in.
See what it does before we even do anything. See if it looks like it's going to pull it all square. I never used one of these. I've seen them.
I've had varying degrees of success with it.
Oh, that looks kind of cool. So, do you think Tanya would mind if you hung this up and had the strap hanging from it? What do you think?
Yeah,
Throw it all together, let the glue dry.
Yeah, that'll work. So we need to start then with these ends, right?
Yeah, start by
so these
shooting this one and then putting some glue on that one. Ezekiel, right?
Mr. Pocket Screws. Now, you may want to put a clamp across that while you're screwing it.
You want to glue it as well?
Yes, we do want to glue it as well. So put a clamp on there. So we'll glue it and clamp it and then screw it. There we go.
Is that enough?
So you put a little bit and then spread it out and get it all the way to the edges so that when it bonds, it's bonding all the way across. It doesn't really need a ton. It just needs to be even and all the way across.
You want it flush, right?
Yep.
Or taking the glue off?
This will give us...
Oh, I see.
It's a good thing that they like... What was it? Country chic?
Yeah. Country chic.
That's what we're going to call this.
Hey. Okay.
All right.
Now, do we need to reglue it?
Let's dab a little more on there.
They're putting some screws in there.
And glue?
Cute.
It's cute? Actually, it's cute.
It's cute. What's cute?
What's cute, Bubba?
That is.
What? The glue?
Is.
The glue is cute?
Oh, man.
Okay. Okay, Bub. You ready?
Yeah, my ready.
Yeah, you ready?
No more splitting.
So lesson learned, we could end up with splits when you use pocket screws.
Yep.
And that you need a long bits in your shop.
What is Lolo?
That one's little. Do you want to put that one on this here? We could do. You could help us with this one.
Well, this is his side anyway.
How?
Whoa! What was that?
That is mine. What is it?
They're squares.
I'll go ahead.
Glue which side? Both?
Do you want to do some glue?
Yeah.
We're gonna put that like this. You want to squirt some glue on there?
Yes.
Okay, squirt some glue on there.
All right.
Good job. Here, keep going. Squeeze, squeeze. There. Oh, yeah. There you go. Keep going. A little more. There. Oh, look at all that glue. Now, do you want to get your finger dirty or do you want to brush?
Brush.
That's what I thought.
Oh, Mama did that.
You want to do that? You do that. Get clean? All right, now just spread it all out. Get it spread it around that whole thing.
You're going to dry by the time you're done.
There you go, the whole edge.
Oh,
good
good
job, buddy.
What's that?
Do you want to get
more?
Can we get all the way here? Let's do that right there. And here a little bit. Like that. And then how about up here? Should we put some over here? Yes? Okay. Okay, now you're going to put that one on?
Perfect.
Oh, right. Oh, did you pinch a little bit? Oh, man. Okay, now we got to put a clamp on it. Do you want to put a clamp on it? Let's turn it like there. There you go.
Let's pull the trigger.
Squeeze it.
Keep going.
Yeah, good job, man.
Beautiful.
That's a good clamp, Max.
Uh-oh, we got to leave it clamped till it dries. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Do some more. Okay, now let it go and do it again. Open it. Do it again. No, don't push the other one. Just the big wrist trigger. There you go. Oh, is that as tight as you can get it? Oh, yeah. Good job.
Okay, now let go.
Let's see. Is it going to stay? Let's do one more. There we go. Oh, I got glue on there. That's nice.
So now, is this clamp going to have to stay here?
For a little while.
So what about, how are we going to do this?
We'll take it all apart in a minute.
Yeah.
Biscuit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, you ready to do a biscuit? So we'll put this up like this.
I got it.
There we go. Ooh, does that look yummy?
What's that?
That's a biscuit.
Hey, cookie.
Should we eat it?
What's this?
Is that food?
Is that food, Max?
What's this wood?
That's wood. That's wood.
Smart guy.
How about we put the wood in the frame? Should we put it in there? Hold on, before you put it in, let me put some glue in there and then put it in there. How about that? Yeah, that sound like a good plan?
This wasn't cookie.
That wasn't a cookie. Well, I said a biscuit. I guess the British use a biscuit for cookie, don't they?
All right.
This is.
Let me do this real quick. Okay, now you can put it in. Can you get it in there? There you go. Good job.
Push, push, push. What? Wide enough?
Yep. That's supposed to be tight.
Oh,
It's okay.
Pull it out, Bubba.
You got it. Just push it. There we go. And then we put the other side on and push it in too. And then it'll grab it.
Grab that
Get
board.
that one.
This right here.
You got to put some more glue on that side too, though. Let's put some glue right here. Okay. A little bit there, a little bit there. A bunch in the hole.
A little bit on the other side.
Now brush it.
Now brush it. Good job, Max. Yeah. Is that cool? All right.
Gotta do this first.
Oh yeah, we got our miter to do too.
Max, where's
Hold
the
on,
brush?
You want to come brush it?
Yes. I'm gonna push it.
You gonna brush it?
There you go, bud.
Good job, bud.
I know it was about things.
Yes, you're an expert about things.
You are an expert. You gonna do this one too?
Yeah.
Boy, are you gonna come
I
help
think
me
you
in
got
my
it. I
workshop?
was gonna say, I think you have a new apprentice.
That looks pretty good, man. That is some good glue ups.
Well, you know,
What did
yep.
Look there.
it? No, little bit glue on it. Hey! Whoa! No, little bit.
Oh, no.
That's okay.
Oh no!
Rub it in.
But
We don't need
Okay.
any more on there, Bubba. Thank you.
All right, so now we'll move this because we're all done with that. Take some of that glue off, maybe.
Are we gonna pin this?
We're gonna put.
Now we're gonna clamp it. That one inside. Put that right here, Max. Let's see if it's square over here. Let's see how good of a job we did.
Oh, this one's up.
It's hitting something.
There we go.
What do you
There we
think,
go.
Max? Does that look square?
Max, is that a square?
What shape is that?
four.
That's a square? I think that's more of a rectangle.
No, let's say
Here,
it's
Max.
four.
Here, Max, you know how to pop clamp again?
Squeeze this back for me.
Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Max, let go and then do it again. Do it like this. Tight, 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 tight. There you go. There you go.
Beautiful.
How hard do you squeeze, Max?
Ow, ow, ow.
Show me. Show me how hard you
Hard,
squeeze.
hard, hard, hard. Squeeze, squeeze. Keep going.
Oh, do it as hard as you can. Good job.
You want me to do something?
Pop gonna do it?
There we go.
Good job, Bubba.
All right, how square are we? Did we get that square? Hey, that actually looks pretty good.
Okay, I won't do that then.
Nope, do it. Let's see. Did well, we got?
Well,
Is that
we
right?
got 21 inches here. But going this way, we have
27.
21 inches.
Oh man!
Oh.
So even doing
Somebody's
4 completely different joints, we got us a frame built.
You got a big house.
All right. Well, what do you think? Does that look like a good frame?
It's pretty cool.
It's
That's
pretty
good.
cool. We're gonna have to let it dry and sand it and all that kind of stuff. But
Great job, man. Here, give me 5. High 5.
all right. Can we get high fives too, or just pop? All right.
Good job.
Oh, are they knuckles
All right,
too?
we're doing knuckles now.
Ooh, buddy.
So we got our 4th generation. Oh, is that in your way? Our 4th generation frame done. It is not exactly your your normal frame.
What do you call
Typical.
It? Country rustic.
It's country rustic, but it is square, and proves that when you even using 4 completely types of joinery, you can still make a good frame. We are gonna sand it down, clean it up, stain it, but we'll do that at another time. We appreciate your time. Come back later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And now it's time for us to go have our drinks. I want to give you a quick follow-on to the video you just watched, our 4 generation build. This is the frame we built. We were able to get everything smoothed out nicely. The joints line up nice and square. Just highlight that, sometimes while things don't always look normal, they can work together. And it's a great thing when you've got all of your family coming together to work on something, even if everybody's got different opinions, even when things don't always work out exactly the way maybe one of you wanted it to work out, just to be an encouragement, right? So hope you've enjoyed that video. We had a lot of fun making it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.